Audi TT Coupe review. What is it? Old. In 2023, the Audi TT marks a quarter of a century of service, having first burst onto the scene in those pre-millennium bug days of 1998 with one of Ingolstadt's freshest and most alluring shapes. An alluring shape spun off a distinctly regular platform, the TT sharing Sampai America. It has always done Sampai a base with the VW Empire's mainstream hatchbacks. Think Golf. Think A3. And Wake. Thankfully, the original TT was Sampai and remains Sampai, a bit of a style hero. Where that first car earned its own chapter in the history of attractive coupes, this third-generation car Sampai, though still handsome in its own modern Audi way, Sampai is happy to settle for a couple of pages. What does the TT bit of the Audi TT mean? It doesn't mean twin-turbo, sadly, although hilariously a bi-turbo Audi TT did exist. Celebrating Quattro's 30th anniversary, Audi allowed a little fun to slip through the net, and slotted in one of its most powerful engines into its smallest car, 375 brake horsepower B5 RS for twin-turbo V6, meet Mk1 TT. It was called the 2.7T Quattro GmbH concept, and it was a bit mad. So, TT actually stands for Tourist Trophy. America in Road Racing on the Isle of Man Tourist Trophy, an event synonymous with danger, daring-do, and heroic levels of sporting ability. That's cool. Does the TT live up to such a moniker, then? It does. Not. The TT is and has always been a safe, almost sensible coupe that's decent to drive, but a long way from, well, heroic levels of sporting ability. This third-generation car Sampai originally launched back in 2014. Sampai does nothing to change that. It had a big update back in 2018 to coincide with the TT's 20th anniversary, but since then it's been a steady diet of special edition and run-out models. Run out. The TT's time in the sun is coming to an end, and its successor will be electric. Until that day arrives, you get a choice of a 2.0-litre turbocharged petrol engine, no diesel anymore, unsurprisingly, with two power outputs: Sampai 195 brake horsepower and 240 brake horsepower, which Audi confusingly calls 40 and 45 for reasons known only to Audi. Sampai, and two drivetrain options, FWD and Quattro Ord. Thankfully the trim levels are simple. All the front-wheel drive cars come only in 40 spec, with the base model S-Line starting from £36,365, through the Black Edition from £37,865, to the Final Edition, which kicks off at £41,910. The Quattro cars get the more powerful 2.0-litre unit, with prices ranging from just under £41,000 to £46,000 through the above trims. Above that, there's the Ord 315 brake horsepower Audi TT S Sampai, also a 2.0-litre four-cylinder turbo, just pumped up significantly. That comes in either Black or Final Edition, with prices kicking off at a whisker under £50,000.